Hello, Internet. It is Thursday, August 15th. I'm your host, Chet Siegel, and I forgot to wish Tim Tebow a happy birthday yesterday. So happy birthday, Tim Tebow. I hope you got everything you wanted, and I am pretty certain that you did. And this is your Guyism Speed Round. A drunk man in China woke up inside of a sealed shipping crate that was on its way to LA. So that's why that cab was so easy to hail. It was a stationary crate in the middle of a loading dock. Also, apparently the man mistook it for his home. He thought that he was just going to sleep inside of his house. Finally, somebody with a shittier apartment than me. Patriots quarterback Tom Brady left practice yesterday with an injured knee. And it also just happened to be Tim Tebow's birthday. So now we all know what Tebow wished for as he blew out his birthday candles. Passing accuracy. Get some, Tebow, otherwise you're fucked. You can't lean on Jesus every time you need to score. Racial discrimination claims against Paula Deen were officially dropped in court yesterday, which just proves that there is absolutely nothing that a hot buttered biscuit can't fix. A nurse was fired after she mistook some blood around a patient's mouth for jam. I think she'll be okay, though. She snagged a couple free apple juice samples on her way out the door. 2 pilots died in a UPS crash in Birmingham, Alabama. And how many of you sick, selfish bastards just wondered if you were expecting a package? Shame on you. Sandra Oh is finally leaving Grey's Anatomy, and I didn't know that show was still on the air. An emergency team was called to rescue a basketball that fell into the Chattahoochee River. Unfortunately, before the ambulance arrived, the ball flatlined. Chipotle promised America that it would only serve naturally raised beef, and now they're running out of naturally raised beef. So, naturally, Chipotle is going to change the definition of natural. A Bachelor contestant passed away yesterday after a suicide attempt. Due to contractual obligations with the show, please do not send roses. She did not earn them. Please send all lesser flowers to Calfee Funeral Home. And now it's time for Chit Chat. I'm toying with things. Okay. Do you watch any British TV shows? Absolutely. I grew up watching Absolutely Fabulous with my father. We loved that show. They were great characters. And I watched Monty Python, but I have to admit, I didn't get into it until college. I wasn't one of those kids who was raised on it. Right now, favorite British TV shows, Pulling, even though it's over, was amazing. And Doc Martin, which is a show about a doctor who moves to like a tiny area, and he was like a fancy doctor, and now he's got to deal with a small town situation, and I just think it's charming and fun. Moment when your parents were most disappointed in you. Wow. Way to go straight into the darkness. That's okay. I'll go with you. So I thought about it, and I think there are 3 moments that maybe they were most disappointed. One, I was like 13 or 14, and my best friend Chaitra and I tried to steal my dad's car. And he saw us from his bedroom window as we were like slowly backing this thing into a fucking tree. We didn't crash or anything, but yeah, we definitely woke him up. The second one is when I didn't get into the University of Chicago. It was the first time I had like a big failure. And I know that that's not even a really huge one, but that was my dream school. It was where like all of the great comedians went. In 1955, that's where like improv was born. The Compass Players like came out of U Chicago and like made their own theater. And I didn't get in, and that really crushed me, and I ended up going to a safety school. Not that Sarah Lawrence wasn't fantastic, it's just not what I had imagined. And then maybe the third contender is when they found out I had tattoos. So yeah, at least those are the 3 moments when I was disappointed, and I felt like, oh my God, they're disappointed in me. So we'll see. I'll have to ask him over Thanksgiving. When did you think, parents, that I really shat the bed? What made you write this line? I have been and will continue to be Chet Siegel, unless Guyism makes you say it. Who says that? It's so weird thing to say, and don't know why, but it irritates me a bit. It was a complete accident. It just came out of my mouth. I was saying I have been, and it just logically made sense to me to say, and will continue to be Chet Siegel, because I will, because that's my fucking name. I don't know. I like it. I'm gonna keep saying it. All right, guys, that is going to do it for today's Guyism Speed Round. I have been and will continue to be Chet Siegel. If you liked what you saw, click that like button on down below, shoot this link to a couple of your nearest and dearest, and if you've got questions, ask them on my Facebook page or tweet them to me at Chet Siegel. Today, I am doing a very special live streamed video podcast with Chris and Ryan over at Guyism. It's going to be on YouTube. I think you can live ask us questions on the YouTube page, but just in case that isn't like something that refreshes fast enough, tweet them at me or tweet them at Guyism, and we'll be checking that constantly. So do that if you want to suggest a topic or something. Keep it clean, folks. Keep it classy, because it only makes yourself look like an asshole. All right, guys, come back tomorrow for more headlines that you need to know. Say that one 10 times fast, am I right?